Hey everybody, hello, how are you doing? And welcome to my channel. Glad to have you here. Well, today I'm continuing in my solo efforts, and we're up to 1982 with Paul McCartney's Tug-of-War album, which was released in April 26. The cover is a fantastic cover, which was done by Brian Clark, which was an oil painting, and he kind of created this for the front cover, but Linda McCartney was the one who took the photograph. This album was produced by George Martin and ended up being a #1 hit selling album, over 1 million copies in the US. But we're not going to go into too much history about this album. I'm basically going to show you what's out there for this album. So first up is this one. And this is my American pressing of Tug-of-War, and I bought this when it came out. I was always very excited to be at the record store the day a solo album would come out by George or John or Ringo or Paul. It was always great fun, or even a Beatles release. It was a lot of great fun, so I did buy this originally. So this is my American first pressing. And this brings up a lot of great memories for me. So this is really kind of a neat one to get. And this is neat because this also has a great insert, which I thought was always kind of nice. Not so much that, but it's a great picture of Paul writing and working, and looks like he's rehearsing and doing all kinds of stuff, fun stuff, writing out for the album in Montserrat. So that's kind of neat. And here is the vinyl. Very nice. So I was glad to get that. And then next up is another copy. It's got a little bit of a gloss to it, and it sounds fantastic. And this one is from Germany, pressing of this album. Here we go. And this is a more or less like a paper insert than the actual kind of insert, which is a lot thicker than the American one. I'm not complaining or anything. I'm just kind of telling you that this is thinner just to tell you about it. So yeah, it's just to let you know. And then here's the vinyl on the German pressing. And I have to cheat a little bit because I have to look at my note to see which is coming up next. And these are all first pressings. This is a UK pressing, so I thought I'd show you that one as well. And I won't show these in any depth because I got a lot to show you, so if you want to see anything a little bit longer on your own, go ahead and pause it. That way you can kind of see it on your own. And the neat part about this is that being the UK one, it's got the Parlophone label on it as well. So that's kind of nice. And how many of you remember collecting your CDs? Yeah, so here's the American CD of that album. There we go, the CD of it. And I won't take it all apart. I'll just show it to you. But anyway, there we go. There's my CD copy, which is kind of neat. So by collecting that, let's see a hands of those of you who collected your long boxes. Yeah, look at that. Still in the shrink wrap, my Paul McCartney long box for this album. Isn't that cool? Yeah, so how about that? Yeah, that's the sign of a true crazy collector, isn't it, when you've kept the long box. So... And speaking of crazy, here is the cassette of the same album, the back of it. So I'll just go quickly through this to show it to you. Here's the tape, and actually cassettes are making kind of a comeback, so I mean, I'm kind of glad I still have this. So that's kind of neat. And I know it was a little loud, sorry about that. Does sound louder than what I did by dropping it. There's the inside of it. And the back side of it as well. Very cool. And then when I bought this originally, like I was telling you about the Tug-of-war. Well, I also bought this at my local record store when I lived in Indianapolis, Indiana. I got this ebony and ivory. You can still see my price on it for the American pressing. They don't make prices or sell stuff like that anymore, do they? That's for sure. Let me set this down a little easier. And my paper insert. There's that side. And then there's that side. So very nice, and I was glad to get that one. So much so that here is still the original shrink wrap. This is my UK pressing of that. So that's pretty neat to have. And I always like this, that they show you such a big, nice copy of it. It says right on there. So there it is there. And then when I was living in Indianapolis, like I said, I did get the 45s. This one is my UK pressing of the 45. Trying to get this record, I couldn't get it to come out. It's a little tricky when you do these videos and things don't cooperate like you'd like them to. And the other side. Then this is my American one of ebony and ivory. What I'm basically doing in all of these videos is just having you think outside the box. You know, you think, okay, well, I just want Tug-of-war and that's it. That's all I want. Well, kind of showing you a little bit more than just what's there for that album. And here's the 45. And the other side of the 45 as well. And then next up is a really neat magazine that I got when I lived in Indianapolis. This is very, very cool. And here's the inside of the magazine. You have to be so fragile with these. They're getting so much older now. Here's more of the article about Paul. And a smaller article about Paul as well. Also, I bought this album when it came out. My first one didn't have a hype sticker. I tore it off, but then I bought a second copy with the hype sticker, and this is my American copy. I thought I'd just show it to you just for fun, still in the shrink wrap. And that is really kind of neat to have this. Like I said, my first pressing still. There is a second issue of this. And my insert. Yeah, you know the drill, how this goes. Yep, showing you that. Then next up is kind of a neat one. This is, I had to look at my note sheet on that one because there's so many. This is from Japan, and I know you know that because of the obi, and that's really cool to get that. Japanese copy is very nice to get. And this has got not only the insert, but it's got a little booklet to go with it as well. So let me show you that. It's got a little insert. Actually, the insert kind of opens up all the way here. So there we go. Let me back it up just a little bit. There's that side. And there's this side. And the Japanese pressing is just doesn't fail at all because the Japanese pressing sounds fantastic. And I'm really glad to get this one. But the other cool thing about getting this one is the neat thing that this has with it is a very cool fold-out, full-size Paul McCartney poster. Yeah, look at that. And that just sweet. Yeah, I'm really happy to get that. So that's kind of neat. the vinyl of it, and this is absolutely fantastic. Like I said, I really, really enjoy this. The quality is just tremendous on this Japanese pressing. This is actually very rare. This is from Russia. Very hard to get, very cool. As you can see, the back is different on that. Very nice. And there is no really insert. There's just the paper UK one, or UK, Russian one. Seeing if you're paying attention. I'm surely not. There we go. And the vinyl of it. And you know, this sounds really pretty good. You'd say, Beatle Brad, how does a Russian pressing sound of Paul McCartney? It's actually pretty nice indeed. Okay, now we're going to jump into Tug-of-War. And this is the 45 that I've got. And I've got a promotional poster, but I couldn't find it. I'm not sure where it is. I know I've got one. Yeah, it's one of those. It's like, well, when I get it out, I'll show it to you. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that is my UK pressing. And next up is my American pressing of that 45. There you go. And the other side. The B side of this is I'll Give You a Ring. And I think this is a terrific song, a very much an overlooked song by Paul McCartney, which I think is just terrific. Yeah, I like it. So I was also in the Paul McCartney fan club, and at that time this newsletter came to me, which was really kind of cool that it says Tug-of-War on the actual head letter. This is a photo out of one of my club sandwich magazines, Paul McCartney Club sandwich, that is. And this is the video that they shot for Take It Away with Paul and Linda and Ringo. And if you see the people in the crowd when you're watching the video, they kind of waving their hands in the air and they've got cameras. Well, it was only for the fan club only where they shot this in California. So it was a special invitation for people that were in the fan club. But darn, I didn't get to go because my parents wouldn't let me. Yeah, it was in California and I was in Indianapolis. So I only have memories of the video and showing you the newsletter, and inside the newsletter was an invitation to be a part of this photo shoot, or video shoot actually, for Take It Away. Sorry I can't show you the video of Take It Away. I just didn't want a copyright strike. All right, yeah, I got more to show you. So we were talking about Paul McCartney's video, and out of this video series, that video, Take It Away, and Tug-of-War are both on this. And I highly recommend this. If you don't have this for your own collection, this is a good one to get. And just to show you, there's the song listings. And Tug-of-War and Take It Away. This is actually a very nice box set. It's pretty big, as you can see. Got a lot of DVDs in it and a lot of music. So if you don't have that in your collection, this is a definite must because it is really cool. Next up is my Japanese copy of Take It Away. Very cool to have. And you can see the back there. Very nice. And it's got the Japanese lyrics to it and words and stuff like that. And the back of the sheet as well. And the very cool thing about this is I'm really glad to show you this because I just love this. Look at this. This is on clear yellow vinyl. Oh yeah. Beatle Brad loves his colored vinyl. So that is really awesomely cool. Definitely. Glad to get that. And next up is a this is still sealed copy of Take It Away. And this is my UK pressing of it. Notes here, this is a 2015 USA release, and this was a Barnes & Noble exclusive. Here's my Tug-of-War tag. And here is the 2 tags that came with it also. Try and show these a little faster. But the neat thing about this was it came with a 45, which is really neat that the album itself came with a 45. That's really cool. And here is the 45. I think they did a nice job on making that. Isn't that neat how they did the ebony and ivory with the piano keys? Yeah, so that's really nice. And here's the vinyl. And the nice part about the vinyl is this is a 2-record set. So this has not only got the insert like I showed you on the other albums, but it has the insert. But this has extra tracks on it. Here, I'll hold that up for a second and go ahead and pause that on your own if you want to catch the listings on that. Here's the first record. And the second side of the record. Very nice. Got a very neat looking insert. And then here is side 3. And side 4. This was a 2015 release, this was. So very nice. There's Paul. And I forgot to mention, you know, of course, you know, we've got Carl Perkins, Stevie Wonder. They're on this album as well. You know, I did show kind of at the beginning talking about that. But there's some great pictures of them in the midst of all of that. So very nice. And then this is a 2015 release, still in the shrink, which is very nice. Bet you had no idea there was this much out there on Tug-of-war. Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah, Beetle Brad has been collecting this over the years, that's for sure. So cool. Yes, this is on colored vinyl. Very nice in blue. Liking that a lot. Then next up, they came up with this deluxe version, which was on CD. And this was in America, Best Buy exclusive. So this opens up like this, and this is a 2 CD set. I won't go through the whole thing because the pictures and all that, but there's your listings. Really pretty cool to get that. And get these little cards that kind of tell you about it, and then there's the hype sticker as well, which was really nice to get that. But the exclusive cool thing that made this even more fun to get, it came with a very nice, flip that over, Paul McCartney tote bag for Tug-of-war. Nothing on the back, but yeah, that's pretty cool, isn't it? So I'm still going on. This is a Japanese 45 of ebony and ivory. Very neat. And the insert sheet. How's this go? Like that. There we go. I couldn't get it to function for me. And the 45. Next up is a very rare Paul McCartney album. I know you're saying, it's the same album. I've seen this. Yeah, you have. But this one is from Brazil. Yeah, did you ever think there would be a Paul McCartney Tug-of-war album from Brazil? But yeah, this is really kind of neat. Very, very rare. Brazil copy. There you go. And your insert that went in that as well. The inserts are all pretty much the same, aren't they? This is quite rare, and it's very nice to have. This is really quite cool, definitely. An exclusive Paul McCartney one album on there. There's a couple of songs on there. They're really neat to have this. Really glad to get this. This is kind of hard to get. And the cool thing is we're doing this, and we're doing this again. This is a colored vinyl. Yeah. Look at that. It's kind of a milky white vinyl. And this was done back then. I know it's kind of going along with having all of that now with colored vinyl, but back then that's the way it was done. And here's a CD copy of it as well. And here's a little partial clip of McCartney that's in this McCartney video too. Next up is this promo. Yeah, it is a promo. And this was when Paul was on a radio show and kind of promoting the album and all that kind of stuff. So this is kind of neat to get as well. So that's kind of cool. Okay, continuing on. Yeah, I've got more to show you like this. Now we're going to hit into some of the Paul McCartney bootlegs, which even though, okay, this has got the coming up stuff on the front cover, this does definitely have some stuff on there from Tug-of-war. And it's actually very, very good sounding. And that's been long, long out of print. And I bought that years and years ago. And it's a really terrific bootleg. I mean, it really could have almost been a regular album. That's for sure. They could have definitely released it just like that. Okay, next up is something that's kind of cool. In record stores, they always didn't put up posters. Lots of times they used these, which were promotional flats, and that's what this is. These are both promotional flats, and I got them at the time during the record store when they used to give stuff away for free. There's nothing on the back of them, but they would, staple these to the wall, or they'd tape them up or something like that, promoting the album. So yeah, so that's kind of neat. Very cool to show you that. And then next is a album that I never knew existed, but this is an original USA pressing, and this is a very, 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 did I say very? Rare pressing of this album. And you may say, okay, it looks like the same one to me. Yeah, it is. But this is, on the back of it, it's stamped in the back here in the corner there, up there. It's for military use only. It's like a military base album, and it's from a military base. So yeah, that's extremely rare. And like I said, I think it's the only copy I've got of any military, save insert, of any military album I've got. So that's kind of neat just to have it. Like I said, I've never seen one before. There's your record. I know, side 2. Side 1. See if you're still paying attention, and then hopefully you're still with me. I know this is a long video. I'm getting towards the end. Believe it or not, I'm slowly trying to get to the end there. And this is another unauthorized bootleg, Paul McCartney. And they really go all out for the fantastic looking labels. Those pirate videos, pirate albums, they never really go too crazy. Then there's when I was living in Indianapolis, back to Indianapolis again, because that's basically when this album came out. I got this, which is a neat magazine. And on the back, it's got really cool Beatles. Let you take that in for a second. But the reason I'm showing you this now is because the very first page is about that. This is pretty cool and pretty rare. This is a Paul McCartney promotional pin that I got when I belonged to the fan club. And also they sent me this postcard, which is really neat. This is a Paul McCartney. You can definitely tell that that's from the front cover of Take It Away, but that's an actual postcard that they sent me with the pin. Cool, huh? I've got my Union Jack in the backdrop, but this is a 45 of Take It Away from the UK. And the B-side, I'll Give You a Ring. Great song. And also being a part of the fan club, I got this official magazine back then also. Just full of all kinds of tug-of-war stuff. Great thing is, the middle page is this big poster of Tug-of-war. Nice. Yeah, believe it or not, I still got a little bit more to show you. But this is the Beatle Monthly magazines, and this has got a whole thing about Paul McCartney and Take It Away. Then to be a little bit more update is this new book by Paul McCartney with Tug-of-war in it. Okay, back to when this album came out. My record store had this, and I talked them out to get this poster when the album came out. I liked everything to do with this album. And yeah, back in the day when I got this and the poster, it was free. Imagine that. Yep, posters are not free anymore today. But yeah, this one was very cool back in the day. Still in very good shape, but it's quite fragile. All right, got another club sandwich to show you. I know I said I've got a lot on this, so a little bit more. Back in the day, this is how we got our news from the Paul McCartney magazine, which gave us pictures and photos of the whole Take It Away sessions. There it is. So this is really, really cool. I like this. This is the centerfold of the magazine, which is a whole pictures of the video of Take It Away and just the whole process of making that. So cool. Okay, I got some more stuff to show you. This American 45, So Bad. There we go. That's kind of neat. Like I said, I bet you had no idea there was so much out there on Tug-of-war. The only thing I don't have is the Paul McCartney Deluxe box set, which is the big deluxe box set that's got just so much stuff in it. Yeah, I don't have that. So there's one item I won't be showing you. But I think I certainly have made up for it. And this Paul McCartney bootleg, which is kind of neat. It's got some good stuff on there about that from Tug-of-war. And look at this. Another fantastic looking label from a record label company from Bootlegs. Pretty cool. Yeah. All right, and this is it. This is it. My final album, my final item and album is this. This is my inner sleeve of the Paul McCartney album, which I've been showing you all this long. And look at that. I've got Paul McCartney's autograph. Yes, I did get this. So this is really pretty cool to get the autograph. And very nice to have this. And yeah, I bought this online. So this comes with a letter of authenticity and all that kind of stuff. But there you go. Yeah. So I want to say thank you so very much for hanging in. I've done over 800 videos. And I believe this is my longest video I have done. So if you have hung in and you're at the end, if you're still out there, thank you so very much for watching this one. Thank you for subscribing. Just hit the notification button down below. That notifies you that I've got a video. But I thank you so very much for subscribing. Thank you for being a part of my channel. And for those of you that are not subscribers to my channel, what's your problem? I've been on for so long and having a great time and showing you some very cool Beatles stuff. But I've got a lot more to go. And I've got a lot more solo Beatles cool stuff to come too. So thank you so very much for being here. Definitely. And like I say on my channel, I'm out of here. Take care, everybody. See you on the next video. Hey there, everybody. Hello, and welcome to 1982, where Paul McCartney's album, Tug-of-war, is out. What a fantastic album. Oh, gosh, for crying out loud.